Hi everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive. It's Tiff from Schoolhouse Intuitive. Okay, let's get started with some tarot and oracle cards and channeled messages for the lovely Libra collective. Okay, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement. We use a variety of cards, as I said. Let's actually start with some tarot tokens. I wasn't going to do that, but I feel like now we should. All right. And I like the fact that our candle is like kind of going wild. It's the end of a month and it's the end of that candle. And so, exciting times ahead. That'll be our bye bye March candle. Okay, I think a lot of us are not upset to see March move out of the way. And we have the Emperor here. There's the Emperor. So Aries season showing up here, Aries, in your own reading. Let's see. Now, well, Aries, I'm saying the Aries card is showing up in its own season. Okay. Nice. Beautiful there. So, Emperor vibes, this is like strategic planning. It's really being your own authority here. Oh my gosh. I don't think we've had this with these tokens yet. And this is the Emperor and the Empress. So we've got the divine feminine, the divine masculine. They're coming in. Things are getting more balanced out, maybe. It's a combination of, that strategic planning and structure and things of the emperor, but also the beauty and the creativity and the nurturing. I'm totally a Libra right now. Look at this. It has to be like perfect. Okay. I love symmetry. I don't know if that's because I'm a Libra or what, but I know I love some good symmetry. So anyway, let me know if you can resonate. But yeah, I love to see this because you have the balance of like, the stone cold emperor vibes with the lavish, lush, nurturing, like in my element. Um, Absolutely beautiful and creative, and equally as powerful Empress. And that is one of our cards in Tarot Libra. So let's see, what do we have? What do we have? I just heard Buttercup clairaudiently. So, what's that all about? Did somebody nickname you Buttercup, or a kitty named Buttercup or something? I do want to say before the reading, I was hearing, spoiler alert, it gets better. So there's some themes already kind of surfacing, and now I'm seeing the Emperor and the Empress, and I'm like, oh, maybe something is going to get better here with those, so those of you who are hoping for that. Let's see what else we have here, please. We'll get crystal cards, animal cards, angel numbers, galactic angel messages. I'll put cards specific to finances, money. We'll check out how we can stay high vibing with a little bit of schoolhouse homework. All right, what do we have? Come on. Here we go. Yeah, all right. Ooh, what did I say? What did I say? You got riches here. I mean, seriously, this is a great reading. Thanks for being here, and that's it. I mean, riches coming in for your first oracle card, followed by the Emperor and the Empress. This is looking pretty good, but we know better than to just rely on only the first card and tokens, right? So that is Capricorn energy on that card. Card 10. What do we have? I think it's Wheel of Fortune, right? Some good vibes there. Just saw 333 on the timer as well. And we have Principle here. So card 9, Jupiter energy, and this is Sagittarius here. And we have the sun there, and we have a bird, and it looks like a dove of peace here. I guess that's a dove. And then we have the moon as well. So I'm kind of feeling like 8 of Cups. There's this person walking away here. Some of you may be having to walk away from something because there's a moral dilemma, right? There's or something, the way it comes to be, just it's like, well, it's more of the principle of the matter kind of issue, or not issue, situation, but it could be causing some sort of issue. And maybe you're waiting for some sort of insight to come in. It does feel like it's coming in. And if it's not insight, it's something that's like just healing in some way. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting ethics, some sort of ethical thing going on. What do we have? What do we have? You have idealism here. So card 11, idealism. I'm hearing right now something about like, I'm not going to leave you stranded. So maybe you're saying that to someone, or someone's saying that to you, or that's like you're feeling connected to the universe in some way. We have Aquarius energy coming in. Nope, card 11. There it is, Aquarius energy. Yeah, something, although it may not be ideal, you may have to make an important decision simply because that's your truth and integrity. Honesty seems to be more of value to my Libra friends. Wow. There's a lot of cards that are wanting to come out now. All right. We are going to take enthusiasm here. I did see it. And I also, well, now I've seen all of them. So let's take a look. We have enthusiasm, card 9, Sagittarius energy. I hear something right now clairaudiently about getting so when I say I hear, it's clairaudient, all right? So I'm not going to keep saying clairaudiently, all right? There we go. Now that's out of the way. With enthusiasm, it does seem as though some of you are like getting some things being cleared away. I feel okay. So there's defense or defense, card 2, Taurus energy on that card, right there in the corner. There you can see that. It's like something I feel as though someone comes and they have your back on something. Okay, they come to your defense, and that was actually what I was feeling off that card before I noticed the defense card. All right, and then we have practicality here, card 10, Capricorn energy, and there's also I mean, this reminds me of like 10 of Pentacles kind of thing, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. And it's like you're putting in the hard work, and you're maybe finding new and more efficient ways of doing things even. So I do feel that, and put that down. All right. Oops, more cards in the lap. Okay, we have power here, card 8. This is Scorpio energy. Okay, Scorpio energy coming in. It's the moon on that card too. It's feeling, we feel like high priestess sort of vibes here. Using your intuition when it comes to how to make more money, yes, but also how are you dealing with people? How you're dealing with people. There's a certain situation that you're having to navigate through, and I'm hearing something about negotiating too. We have innovation, card 11, Aquarius energy. There's a gift of passion that I'm getting right now, a gift of passion. So some of you could be working on a new design, or busy in a studio, or just creating in some way. I'm even seeing yarn. So that's cool. What else do we have? We have card 6, patience. This is Virgo energy. There's something here too about having to break something down. You're having to break it all down into steps. Again, maybe practicality, efficiency. There's drama here, card 5, Leo energy, but I see you sweeping that away. I'm getting sweeping away that drama. And then we have adaptability here, card 3, and this is Gemini energy. And then there was another card that wanted to come out, and it's a quarrel, card 4, Cancerian energy. So there's something here. Not everybody's going to get totally what they ask for with regard to something. Okay. Sometimes it's just like what somebody's asking for is just not doable. Like it's just not going to be sustainable over time, or it's just not going to be, there's just something here that's not, it's not going to happen for some. I feel like it's someone you're dealing with, or even an organization or something. Like what they're asking for is ridiculous. Okay, so I don't know how, I don't sugarcoat it. I don't know how else to say it. It just feels like, yeah, no, that's ridiculous. That's not happening. So let's see, what do we have for Libra? Feels like, yeah, so something gets better. So spoiler alert, it gets better. Something gets better. Okay, let's go ahead and use the Dark Mansion Tarot by Taroteka Studio. I haven't used it in a while, but let's do it. Better days, brighter days. Cool. Okay, 4 of Swords. Yeah, I kind of felt that off that power card too. And it's like needing to kind of pull back in order to be, well, in order to be able to distinguish what you truly desire in the best way of going about something. I'm actually hearing something about like chain of command and like following that. And if there's something going on there. I'm also getting something like kind of being you're being kind of on your own with something, and maybe even feeling like an outcast or something. What do we have here? Love seeing the Emperor here again during Aries season, and then we have our one of ours here, Libra, represented by that beautiful, beautiful Empress. Wants to sit pretty near that beautiful flower. What else do we have? Ten of Swords. It could be a painful ending, or a cycle is complete in some way. It wasn't fulfilling. It's not going to lead you to where you want to go. Focus on that new door that's opening, though, but it could take a little while. Okay, some of you have got some options coming in. I saw the Seven of Cups when I was shuffling just now, but it didn't want to fully come out. So something, that's just it. Something, there could be an opportunity that's just not quite ready yet. Oh, wow. Look, though, you have the Sun. That is great. That is good, good, good. After that, patience. And if something, is idealism, or maybe, you've been dealing with someone who's more an idealist than a realist or something. Yeah. So we have the Sun, and there's some new, there's some sort of new opportunity. It could involve some sort of travel or risk. Yeah. So it doesn't, I'm not really getting a particular feeling about that yet, as far as if the risk. I guess no, we're going to come back to this card. There's something here about you being in your full strength. And I'm almost wondering if you aren't able to do that quite yet because of this Ten of Swords and like regaining strength and energy. It's coming back. It comes back. But I'm wondering if the timing, there's something about the timing here, because remember the idealism and the realism. Because realism, focusing on things how things actually are, right? Versus idealism, focusing on how things should be. So there's something here about like this again, that moral dilemma, or like your values, and not really aligning necessarily with what's actually happening. Okay. Idealism's like you're more of a mental construct. Although that is a huge philosophical debate as far as idealism, realism too. We're not going to go there right now, but the idea here is, though, that we're focusing on the tangible. What's tangible, right? What is it that is it like, is our perception really a reflection of how things truly are? That's kind of what it feels like. Wow, Libra, deep. This is deep stuff here. I didn't put on my philosophical hat this morning. I don't know. Let's see. Wow, it's always on though, right? We're Libras. Okay, Three of Swords. Yeah, there's just some sort of drama. It's like emotionally taxing. Somehow it could be mixed into your finances. All right. It's too bad, because there's this thing, almost it feels like it's affected the teamwork or the dynamic with something that you're trying to do. It's, yeah. There's a lot going on here, Libra. What else do we have? We have the Knight of Swords. You may want to impulsively do something or defend yourself in some way against somebody or something that's like their actions are hurtful, or just it stirs up some emotions in you in some way. But there's the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is not going to like stoop down and get entangled. I'm getting this word of like entanglement. They're not going to do that. They have like really good control over. They know what's worth their time and energy, right? They're really good investors, and they're really good about where their resources go in general. And so it feels like with this particular situation or someone, which we're going to move on from this after. I'm not going to have the whole reading be about this, but I can see for some of you, there is a potentially sticky or awkward, maybe social situation happening that could somehow be affecting your finances or just career in general. The environment needs to change. There needs to be a shift here, but it could also be, it's like it has to come from within you. It doesn't mean that like so basically the other thing I'm getting is have faith that it's going to adjust, like things, it will adjust. I'm not so sure, Libra, that you're going to want to be the one to jump in. I don't think so. I think it could be something that doesn't directly involve you. Let's put it that way. Whoa. So it's like things are being taken care of behind the scenes. That's too many cards. I'm not in the mood. No, there's just too many cards there. That's the thing, is it feels like you're trying to accomplish some things, and then there's other stuff going on around you. That kind of a little bit like the last reading that did come in, but there is this a lot of fives are coming in right now. Clairvoyantly, I'm seeing a lot of fives. I don't know if you have one five that's out. There's a five out, one of them. Other than that, I don't see any. It's more clairvoyant that I'm getting that. And fives can have to do with something that could be unconventional. It can have to do with conflict. Think of the fives in tarot. It can have to do with, yeah, maybe feeling something. It can have to do with like impulsivity too, something hasty. It can have to do with someone kind of who's moody or like this restlessness. It can have to do with change too, right? It can have to do with having a very progressive kind of mind too, very resourceful. It feels action oriented. They are generally thinkers. I will say, I do get that they're thinkers. When you think of like the Five of Cups, and you think of the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, and even the Five of Wands, they're all kind of in their heads to some degree. That's the energy I clearly see off the cards. So to me, it feels like they're, things like power struggles and plotting and worry, abandonment, and feeling of like disappointment and feeling rejected and mourning. And so that's why I say there's like a lot of mental energy here. And it feels like, yes, 555 is coming to me. And I feel as though there is going to be positive transformation, like don't lose hope here with this certain situation that's playing out around you. But it could take longer than what you would want it to take. That's what I get from these other Oracle of the Radiant Sun cards. Tell us more, please. Let's get a different storyline though, because this isn't going to resonate with everybody. This is a general reading, right? Could pertain to any area of your life, as usual, they say. All right. Okay, so schoolsintuitive.com for details on personal readings when I do offer those. All right. Libra. Help us, tell us, what do we need to know? Two of Pentacles. All right, so now before we make any sort of decisions with whatever's going on with us, whatever's going on in our situations, etc., we want to make sure we are 100% clear on what is important to us. What do we need to be most mindful of? And that is where we need to focus our attention. And being really clear and sure of your footing and of what it is your focus is, really what you want to focus on. Okay, it's kind of bringing me to that Sun card a bit here. All right, there's something here about just what's going to bring you your own sense of happiness and freedom. What else do we have? So being sure of your footing when it comes to something. And also there's this message about tying up some loose ends. There's another message coming in, Libra, about be mindful of who's watching too. There's just something here. And I don't mean that in a creepy way. I mean, if you're in, say, a group dynamic, there's a lot of group dynamic stuff happening right now. So that could be a theme this week where there's just something like you got to work with a group. There's collaborative stuff going on. Yeah, patience. Just hearing patience too. That's yeah, funny. And you have a card of patience, so it does feel as though. I mean, I guess this could even be medical because patience, patient. Um, but and that doesn't mean if you'll know if you already had something medical. I'm not predicting that. I'm saying that it could have to do with like dealing with the health industry or being seen as for an appointment or something along those lines. Okay. Um, but there's something about like needing to maybe even use your connections in some way. Yeah, it's like you don't know who's like looking on and watching too as far as your work or if you're being considered for something. So I'm actually getting this randomly specific message about cleaning up your online presence. So maybe you need to do something like, make sure that you don't have old Facebook posts that you don't want out there, that you wouldn't want a future employer to see, or someone else that you're going to be involved with collaboratively, or any kind of relationship, really. Just making sure things are kind of up to date and your online presence is actually reflective of your wonderful, beautiful Libran self. Okay. That's I know, very specific. All the messages are. Now, all right. I saw the Ace of Swords, but I don't know if it came out. It did not. It did not come out. Where is it? Is it right here? No, the Queen of Wands, though. We'll take her. Um, they had me look for a reason. So now we have Queen of Wands. So nothing stops her, right? She comes into basically all of our readings. Love it. And that just lets us know that we are very determined to bring something to an end that is less than uh, fruitful, helpful. We don't like it anymore. We're done. Okay, there's something here with a lot of us. It's like no, there's a new and better way to do something. It's much more innovative. It could even be more practical. Yep, there's the Knight of Cups, and they're following their heart. They're making that dream a reality, and they're not afraid to kind of put their feelings out there too when it comes to something. But they don't just necessarily jump right in. I do want to make that clear. They're not a Knight of Swords who goes rushing in, which you also have on the table. They're not a Knight of Wands, right? They're actually they're kind of they are in their feelings. They haven't mastered necessarily their emotions the way a queen or king of cups has yet. But they're in their emotions, and so this does feel again emotionally kind of big this week maybe, or just or again, a very analytical kind of, like you're really trying to get an answer on something. Okay, that could be too. So you might be getting intuitive downloads too, which I say that a lot, but I think that's one reason you're visiting this channel is you have that sort of ability. So we have the Death card here. So yeah, putting an end to that drama or to the there can also be this energy. It came in your last reading where there's just like not so much inspiration as there was, right? It's not as much. There's just like it's kind of like things feeling a little lackluster or something. Okay. But we have that wheel of fortune coming in. We've been getting this kind of vibe a lot, this sort of energy or karma in general coming into our readings, and it feels like things are going to move forward. um and I do feel that someone could even reach out and in like in your defense or in your honor, or invite you to be part of something. I am picking up on three or third in some way. They gave me third, so maybe you were born on the third, or maybe you're the third to do something, or it happens the third of the month or the third week. You get the idea. So the third could be relevant. It could also be now I know, right? It could be the third eclipse of the year. So we've already had two. We have a set of two in August. So if I didn't say August, there could be something I was getting before the reading if I didn't say it in this read, because I had a pre-shuffle that then didn't go well. So I had to stop the video a few minutes in. So here we are. But there was something about when Jupiter goes from like Cancer into Leo, um, that would be like July, basically beginning of July. so that would bring us to like that next eclipse. So the two eclipses in August. So there's something here about July, August, okay, that's particularly relevant as far as your luck, your abundance, and your expansion. Now, I'm not saying, oh, everybody has to wait till July, August. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying though is that there, if you haven't noticed it yet, there will be this energetic kind of shift, but there's also one, it's happening now too. It's happening in April. So it could be April 1st, it could be the 15th. I don't know, but there's definitely something happening. What is that? There's like, what is this? Hearing clairaudiently, I am getting, there's like a taxing situation. Oh, funny. Okay. Literally. So in the US, taxes are due April 15th generally, unless there's a holiday or some weird weekend thing or Easter or something like that. But that's haha funny. So there is something literally taxing mid-April. See, I mean, this is the thing. Like my part of my brain is dimmed down, like the logical side that knows that, hey, April 15th is tax day. But when I'm over here and I'm channeling and I'm intuitive and I'm, scrying here on my table, it's like I don't remember that. So then they'll play jokes on me like, oh, something taxing mid-month. Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually literally taxes. So that could be something that some of you are thinking about. Now, I did your April reading already, so that did post last week. So you may have some more messages there. We have the Chariot and it's in reverse. We don't get many cards in reverse. I don't like my cards in reverse. I like to start out with them upright. So when I do get a reversed card, I know that this really needs our attention. Now, Libra, Chariot in reverse. This is like a lack of direction. It could be a lack of discipline. It could be feeling defeated. Now you have this coming under the quarrel, right? Some sort of quarrel here. You could feel as though you're coming up against some sort of opposition, or you've been feeling that way, my friends, unfortunately, that you haven't been able to move forward in some way, right? Haven't been able to maybe move forward. Or you could be feeling like, I'm gonna lose it. Like you're just like losing direction, or you're feeling as though your patience is wearing thin. Okay, I am feeling that. So if you're pushing too hard for something, the outcome may not be what you were hoping for. All right. This is particularly important because we have the Wheel of Fortune right next to it. So it's like you're wanting to transform something with the Death card here, and there's the Wheel of Fortune, as I said. So it's and it's upright. So that's like changes coming in. It's a good time, good luck, new life cycle, a new beginning, opportunity, all the good things, right? But then you have it next to that Chariot in reverse. Now, this could be something about you overdoing it. Again, not really having like that full control like that King of Pentacles does that we were talking about. They're really wise about where their investments go, their energy goes, all that. So when I have a Chariot underneath a King of Pentacles, it's telling me that some of you could be over investing in the wrong things. I'm not telling you something you don't already know. Also, be mindful. Some of you may be dealing with a bit of overindulgence. You could be fooling yourself into needing something that you actually don't need. So you want to, there does need to be an emphasis on practicality. And some of you right now, things are so tight financially that you have no choice but to be very practical about things. But there are others of you, someone here needs to hear this message about avoiding things like impulsive buys and quick fixes and things like that. Okay, because sometimes when we're really unsure and we're like, just forget it, I'm just going to do this, screw it, like I'm going to, but you want to be sure of the direction you're going in. You want to be the one really in control and at the driver's seat of that wheel of life, so to speak. Okay, so when the Chariot's in reversed, or in reverse, I should say, some of you may feel like backing out of something. All right, you could be feeling literally like you just want to back out. That's up to you, right? I'm only here for some tarot in the moment here. It's loose guidance at best, right? It just tells you about the energy that we could be working with, and then you take it from there. You decide how to run with it or not. Okay, so just knowing that sometimes you may need to just calm it down, cool it down here, and really get clear, get solid. Remember, I said get your footing clear. This message is now very clear to me. Okay. And I think that's hopefully by the end of this week, that's what's going to happen for you. Okay. It's going to get very clear. If you have a Cancerian in your life, I do feel like a heavy Cancerian kind of influence, or if that's like your rising sign, etc., you could particularly be feeling that this week. Okay. So there could be just some sort of impatience, or again like wanting to back out of something, or just again be very sure and clear. They wanted me to come back to this sun, okay, this awareness, right, having that major, you want to definitely make sure you have all the information, all the details, and all the facts before you go back to something or move forward or make a sudden change of direction. Okay, you're going to want to slow it down. Okay, what I'm going to say here is like, whoa, Nelly. That's with him getting like, whoa, like the horse kind of energy. Like you want to kind of slow this down a bit. So we don't want to be like, like overly aggressive, but we also don't want to hold back. Again, it has to be that nice balance, okay? That thing that we're always striving for, right? You could also feel like you're very distracted, or that there's this, again, a complete lack of direction. So let's get more cards though, and see what comes in as far as this Chariot and King of Pentacles. Let's start. We're going to come back over to this side now, though. Let's see. If you enjoy the reading, please show support. You know how to do that. Like, subscribe, hype, comment, etc. Thank you. Oh, well, Libra, there's the Capricorn energy there, the Devil card. Now, I mentioned Cancerian energy. Well, on the opposite of the zodiac wheel is Capricorn energy. So there's something here about like you may be balancing a couple of things that are opposing energies. Okay, I do feel that for this week. Okay, you could be playing middleman, the mediator, I guess you could say, right? So there's just something here about making sure, again, you are avoiding excess, you're avoiding temptation. Don't be tricked into something that looks like a good deal. You can take it or leave it. Take or leave my advice. If some of you are thinking about purchasing a vehicle or making big investments in a car thing, I would avoid that right now. I would not do that this week. And I very rarely will I be that direct. This would not be great from what I see here. It has the potential to somehow, you could buy a lemon. You could get the short end of the stick, so to speak, right? So I would be mindful. I'd let this energy clear out, okay? Let that kind of blow over before I'd consider that. In fact, I want to get a strong competition. You could get a better deal. That's just it. You could end up going into something that just you only did it because you thought you had to. Again, impulsive stuff. Not, you might be tempted this week, but I would avoid it. But again, Libra, you do you, right? You're grown up. You're big girl, big boy here. But there's many competitors striving for the same thing. Okay, so it could feel very successful to be, or I'm sorry, very challenging to feel the success right now. Now is a time to gain a clear understanding. I've been telling you this. Gain a clear understanding of your competitors, of other options, maybe, of what you really want, and get clear. All right. And that's set yourself apart there. And then you also have reconsider. There it is. Reconsider. So rethinking, reconsider something. Remember your last reading was, it was like Libra, wait, like before you make a decision or before you back out or back in to something, you're going to want to definitely like consider everything, consider all your options. This card says you may feel confident in your decision, or someone may offer you something that seems great. But Libra, as I said, it isn't as great as it seems. It literally says what I just told you on this card. And look at this, is one of my biggest decks ever. It's a huge deck. It has, I believe, over 100 cards in it easily. It's bigger than tarot decks, right? It's a lot bigger. That is how much big. Yeah. So there's a lot of cards because we know there are 78 in tarot. Well, actually, a bunch of them are on the table. But still, that's a huge deck, is all I'm saying. All right. So reconsider. It's just take a moment to reconsider and dig deeper before making a final decision when it comes to finances or really anything, health, etc. All of it. You also have overburdened. it's not great to be making big decisions when you're already feeling overburdened. That's not when you're at your best, right? You're not at your strongest. And that's why there's that. Remember, they were telling me, like, talk about that sun card after. Some of you are just coming out of something that's very stressful, or it's just wrapping up now. It's probably not the best idea to jump into something else right away, regardless of like what it is. So this is about you not being able to do it all. Trying to do that could result in failure and cause you to miss important details. It's important to recognize your limitations and focus on reducing your workload at this time, if at all possible. Okay, let's get another card here. I want a breakthrough. I want us to break through this energy. What are we doing? Tell us, direct us, please. Three of Pentacles and the Moon. Okay, so okay, we have a bunch of different things coming in with these two cards. So the Three of Pentacles, as you're like, how are we going to break through? For in the Moon, okay, with this, I have so much I want to say. um, there's something about again, a group dynamic and what's going on behind your back. Okay, I just have to put it to you like it is, right? So be mindful of what's going on behind closed doors, or behind your back, or conversations you're part of that could be considered gossip or something. Okay, there's just this manipulative kind of energy that I'm not loving. Okay, but you're seeing your way through it because this is your solution card. So some of you, it's like, this is quality over quantity when it comes to the Three of Pentacles. Okay, really mapping things out, getting very clear before you move forward. It's just basically a repeat of what we have. Okay, some of you too, with the Moon card, an obvious thing to say would be, oh, follow your intuition and all that, but it's beyond that, Libra. It's something about, remember the realist, idealist stuff we were getting at the beginning. I'm actually getting this message about like your intuition and like how you feel about something. It still needs to make sense practically. So that's a combination of like your ingenuity, innovative abilities, and practicality to back up what you're feeling. Okay, it exists. The evidence, the proof you're looking for is out there. The proof's there. There's something in there coming in with that. Okay, I know, interesting message, right? And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. You're going to realize you made the right decision on this. I'm going to tell you, you will absolutely realize you did the right thing when it comes to, like, well, there's the Fool card. But I tell you, this is the beginning that you want. This is the new start you want. That is, Seven of Pentacles leading to this Fool card is like, you've done the work, you stayed grounded, you stayed focused, you faced things, situations, people, places, things that needed to be faced. You considered your options, and yeah, you know what? You didn't go for the quick fix, right? You didn't go for the temptation of that devil energy, and the manipulation of whatever else was going on in this tricky week. It was kind of a tricky week ahead. It feels like. So hopefully, because we're doing this reading, we can, like, as a collective, we can change that energy. I do believe we have the power to change some things. We can change the vibration here, to change this. So we're going into it. We're going into things informed, much like the undercurrent of this entire reading. We're going in, informed of what's going on around us, of people's maybe possible their agendas too, and we are taking a leap of faith. We're taking a chance on ourselves. All right, we have to trust ourselves really here. No more we don't want to, because that's what's clarifying that Chariot in reverse and that King of Pentacles. If this Fool card were in reverse, I mean, they're telling me to give you both definitions right now, so I'm going to, because that's on top of that reversal. And as a clarifier on a reversal, I'm now going to tell you the Fool card, this would be like getting taken advantage of. Okay, that's what this would be in reverse. So we don't want to be naive. We don't want to be reckless. We don't want to self-sabotage, right? We want to stay grounded and maintain our own authority, just like that. There's Temperance. Ta-da. I mean, look at that. You are absolutely able to, keep yourself grounded, keep yourself firmly planted in reality, but also connecting to your spirituality. So it's a nice combination of reality meets spirituality, because sometimes people say, well, that, spirituality, that's not real. That's pseudoscience. That's whatever. They can think whatever they want. Okay. who cares? Um, so basically what I'm saying is we want to avoid going to extremes, right? There's this element of harmony, of balance, and uh, I like that you're fully in your power here with the Empress card and the Emperor, because let's not forget that's how our reading started out. So when we talk about temperance, when we're talking about this with regard to everything in general, that could be, some sort of um, again, divine connection, right? Spirituality. It could be feeling like you're in your rhythm, feeling in the flow, feeling a sense of inner peace. This is, you know, it could be you needing to kind of like slow down a little bit with something. It's not some, there's like something here about, and not everything is competition and not everything needs to be a race. So you might be wanting to be conservative right now. Okay. It's not a time to overindulge. Okay. I literally heard the word conservative. So some of you, hey, maybe because it's like tax season, you're like, oh, I better watch my spending now or something. Or maybe some of you, you're going to be tempted because you could be getting a tax refund. So I'm just going to tell you, just because you're getting a bonus or a refund or something, I would be just mindful, letting yourself get the clarity you need, seeing everything, seeing what else is out there for you, renegotiating some things, just letting that energy kind of shift, in that way you're making the most out of the current energies. Okay, that's the whole point of doing any of these readings. All right, so there could just be a better deal. Yeah, look what we have this week. I mean, this is unreal. This deck is not all negative or anything like that. We've got envy and deception here around here. So this is evaluating the people in your circle. Someone close to you could be withholding information. Like I said, what's going on behind the scenes? That is a message I don't normally get, but I was seeing it with that Three of Pentacles there behind what seems like a pretty positive card, the Moon. But I guess there's always ways of looking at things but yeah, they could be manipulating the truth. So make certain no one is turning circumstances against you. You don't want something to come back to bite you. That's why I say this week, be very mindful of keeping yourself out of drama, gossip, all that junk. Okay. We want to keep our vibe. We want to stay high vibe, and we'll get a card on that. My goodness, Libra. And you have status quo here. So that's a period of little change maybe this week, but you could feel okay maintaining the current energy at work. So with the feeling of security, comfort, and stability, you can focus on enjoying the present moment. That is beautiful advice, right? As with anything, right? The energy, it's going to pass. Okay. It will pass. Let's see. How are we going to stay high vibing though? As a collective, please help us out. Remember, I have the second channel, Schoolhouse Intuitive, information down below. It is spelled differently. Okay, so you have happy dance. So dance around the room with or without music. Feel joy and happiness and shake your hips. Raise your hands in the air and sway. Be excited about life and the opportunities that are coming your way. It does not have to be fancy. It just has to feel good, right? This, just because we have cloudy week ahead or something like that, doesn't mean that, oh, it's all doom and gloom from here on out. No, we know that energy fluctuates, right? And also, because we come into this week already knowing that, hey, this could be a week of like, I mean, it's going to be a mix, right? It's going to be a mix. There's going to be highlights of the week, just like any week. And then there could be a week just where, where we're like, hey, you know what? um, my best thing right now is to kind of just, again, status quo, right? Like just feel the security and the comfort and the stability I currently have and appreciate that. And I'm going to do a little bit of rethinking and reconsidering. I'm just going to be careful as I move forward here. If I'm going to be putting any of my resources, my precious resources, into something. Okay. So just again, this is a weekly reading. It's not like, oh, it's going to be like this forever. Okay. So just, that's something else to know. I want to get another one of these cards here. What do we have? Pay raise. See, there we are. Like I said, things are going to, you're going to soar above this. You're going to, be able to take steps in the right direction. And again, don't let me stop you. If you feel like you want to, got to get started, you have a deadline, you need to do this, you need to do that, you've thought about it and things feel great for you. Fabulous. That's great. That's awesome. Leave us a comment. Let us know, something to celebrate here. That's great. But it just, For some of us though, I have to deliver the messages. I can't just sugarcoat it. It's send you on your way and be like, huh, it's going to be peaches and cream when I'm like seeing this stuff, you know, and then it's confirmed almost word for word. I mean, in the oracle cards, and it's unbelievable to me because I mean this happens all the time. I don't know why I'm surprised, right? It happens all the time. But anyway, so your hard work, your dedication will pay off, whether through a pay raise at work or growing profits in your business. With finances looking up, you're able to live comfortably, right? It doesn't mean, oh, go to extremes and be extravagant. You have cards in here that are saying not to do that right now anyway. But I feel like, I feel like, oh, that kind of goes without saying. Yeah, but I don't think I've seen it come through this strongly in a weekly reading before. Okay. So, and you guys, I have a lot of people who watch this channel regularly, and I appreciate you. You know who you are. Thank you so much. And the members, and you know me, this is not like typical. I don't strongly say, oh, watch out, you could get ripped off. Like I'm just putting it out there. Just be careful of scams. Be careful of, take extra steps. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So that's what we have there. What else do we have? All right, Libra. That's just it. Some of you might get, like I said, a raise, a bonus, a tax return, something, a rebate, something could come in, a win of some kind. Some of you are going to happen. You're due for a big win. Been picking up on that for a while. All I'm saying is don't run out and spend it right away. But I can't offer that financial advice. If it's me coming to the table, which by the way, it is me coming to the table, I'm going to say, you know what? I don't think this is exactly the week I want to do that. I think I'm just going to make sure I'm clear first. That's all. Emperor, Empress, they're masters. Absolute master. King of Pentacles, oh, forget it. No, they're above the King of Pentacles. Those two as a team, like they're all the power and authority and skills, wisdom, experiences of all four kings and all four queens. That's who you have overseeing this week for you, okay? So I don't want anybody to leave here feeling all scared. You always have control. You have free will, final say. You decide what you do with the energy coming in, okay? I'm just here kind of delivering like what I see here. All right. So yeah, they're masters at resources, okay? At allocation, they know what they're doing, right? So what do we have, please, for Libra? Crystal of the week is take pleasure in the things you do, sunstone. Bottom of the deck, golden healer quartz, open the door. So you have sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, beautiful. Now what else do we have for Libra? Let's go ahead. This reading is a little longer than what I thought it would be, so hopefully you enjoy it though. Your card is 4444. Sign of divine intervention. The universe has heard your request, Libra. Put it out there. Get ready to receive. And now let's get a Wild Heart Animal Spirit Oracle card. You have Bat and Jasmine. Did you have this last reading? You may have. Trust your feelings and take steps to create your dream. Mysterious Muse. And you also have change and thanks, dragonflies and bluebells. And this is having gratitude for changes because that's how you grow. This is shifting with ease. That's what I have for you. Wishing you a fabulous week. Thank you so much. Check out your other videos. Take care.